Hi, today I wanted to make a small video talking about the difference between pronunciation and accent. And as always, I'll be making this video in Spanish and French also, so if you want to see those videos, you can click on the links here. So, the difference between pronunciation and accent is that pronunciation is essential. It's just as important as the grammar. Because bad pronunciation can change what you want to say, what you mean to say. So there are many different aspects to pronunciation. One is the stress or the emphasis that you put on words. In English, emphasis may not really change the meaning of a word, but it definitely makes you sound not fluent and not native-like. For example, if I said banana, banana, the emphasis, the stress is on the second syllable, but if I said banana, that just sounds strange. It's not the proper way to pronounce the word. But in other languages, an improper emphasis or an improper stress can change the meaning of a word completely, like with Spanish. If I say, for example, esta means this, as in like if I say this TV or this computer. But if I say está, that means he is, like he is here. Está. So there's an example of how the emphasis can change the meaning of a word. Also another example in Spanish also. Hable. Hable is a command. It means speak. So hable, like speak. But if I say hablé, that means I spoke. Past tense. So hable is a command, whereas hablé is a past tense. It's it's a completely different meaning. So what's another aspect of pronunciation? Well, there's intonation. In some languages, especially with the tonal languages, the way you say a word can change the meaning. The intonation with which you say a word can change the meaning. Like with Chinese, for example, if I say ma, that means mother. But if I say ma, that means horse. So, that can cause many problems in conversation if you have bad pronunciation in Chinese. In English, intonation can also be a problem because, in English, intonation is often used for questions like, where are you going? Things like that. So in English, it's not as much of a problem because the meaning of what you're saying won't necessarily change, but in languages like Chinese or other tonal languages like Thai or Cantonese, for example, pronunciation is essential. Intonation is essential. Another aspect of pronunciation is the formation of sounds. In English, again, this is not a huge problem because a lot of English sounds are very distinct. There aren't many English sounds that sound similar, but in a language like Tamil or Hindi or Sanskrit, a lot of these Indian languages, that's an example that I'm giving you now. I'm sure there are others. There are sounds like ta, ta, da, da, ta, ta, da, da. So all those sounds sound very similar. So for example, two words, puli and puli. Those may sound identical to someone who hasn't studied or someone who's not familiar with these languages. One means tiger and the other one means tamarind, or like a type of spice that's used in cooking. So it's very important to be able to train your mouth to be able to pronounce the different sounds exactly as they should be pronounced. The las from the las, the tas from the tas, and the thas from the thus. So all those very subtle nuances in pronunciation are very important, and they can often change the meaning of a word. So this is why pronunciation is absolutely essential, and bad pronunciation can change what you mean to say. Accent, however, is completely different. There's no such thing as an incorrect accent or a bad accent. An accent is simply, I like to think of it as a different interpretation of the sounds of a language. So, for example, in English we have, probably hundreds and tens and hundreds of accents. There is the British accent, Australian accent, there's, the New York accent, the Boston accent, the Western accent, the accent from the South, God knows. But the thing that all these accents have in common is that they all use proper pronunciation. You'll never hear someone with one of these many American accents saying something like, "Oh, yesterday I ate a banana." They'll never say that. They'll say, "Yesterday I ate a banana," or "Yesterday I ate a banana," or something like that. But the pronunciation will be correct. It's just a different interpretation of the sounds of the language. So I hope this is useful to you when you are thinking about which is more important to focus on, pronunciation or accent. So definitely the answer should be pronunciation. That's all I have to say. Thank you for watching.